DreamWorks Dragons is an American computer-animated television series based on the 2010 film How to Train Your Dragon. The series served as a bridge between the first film and its 2014 sequel.Jay. Baruchel, America Ferrera, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, T.J. Miller, and David Tennant reprised their voice acting roles from How to Train Your Dragon. Other cast members include Julie Marcus and Andree Vermeulen as Ruffnut, previously voiced by Kristen Wiig, Zack Pearlman as Snotlout, previously voiced by Jonah Hill, Chris Edgerly as Gobber the Belch, previously voiced by Craig Ferguson, and Nolan North as Stoick the Vast, previously voiced by Gerard Butler. DreamWorks Dragons was announced by Cartoon Network on October 12, 2010. According to Tim Johnson, executive producer for How to Train Your Dragon, the series was planned to be much darker and deeper than DreamWorks Animation's previous television series spin-offs, with a similar tone to the movie. DreamWorks Dragons was the first DreamWorks Animation series to air on Cartoon Network rather than Nickelodeon. A 1-hour preview consisting of 2 episodes aired on August 7, 2012, on Cartoon Network, with the official premiere of the series on September 5, 2012. A total of 40 episodes aired on Cartoon Network during the first 2 seasons, subtitled Riders of Berk and Defenders of Berk respectively. Afterwards, the series was named Race to the Edge, the first season of which debuted on Netflix on June 26, 2015. The second and third seasons of Dragons, Race to the Edge premiered on January 8 and June 24, 2016, respectively. The fourth season was released on February 17, 2017. The series was renewed for a fifth season, which was released on Netflix on August 25, 2017. The series, alongside the Netflix exclusive All Hail King Julian, is syndicated as part of the newly rebranded Universal Kids on September 9, 2017. Dragons, Race to the Edge was renewed for a sixth and final season which was released on February 16, 2018. Taking place between How to Train Your Dragon and How to Train Your Dragon 2, DreamWorks Dragons follows Hiccup as he tries to keep balance within the new cohabitation of dragons and Vikings. Alongside keeping up with Berk's newest installment, a dragon training academy, Hiccup, Toothless, and the rest of the Viking teens are put to the test when they are faced with new worlds harsher than Berk, new dragons that can't all be trained, and new enemies who are looking for every reason to destroy the harmony between Vikings and dragons altogether. Hiccup Horrendous Haddock, 3, voiced by Jay Baruchel, an awkward and underweight Viking and son of the chief of Berk. He and his dragon, Toothless, share the strongest bond of all riders and dragons. Toothless, an extremely rare male Night Fury befriended by Hiccup, and the only dragon that lost his left tail fin in the first feature film. Toothless has dark black scales, retractable teeth, and the ability to shoot plasma blasts. Toothless also has the unique ability to navigate in dark places using echolocation. Astrid Hoferson, voiced by America Ferrera, Hiccup's close friend and partner, and the unofficial second-in-command of the Dragon Training Academy. She has a strong character, is one of the most courageous of the dragon riders, and is very competitive. She has a strong bond with her dragon, Stormfly. During Season 5 of Race to the Edge, Hiccup gives Astrid a betrothal necklace, making them officially engaged to be married. Stormfly, a blue, female deadly natter befriended by Astrid. Like Hiccup and Toothless, Astrid and Stormfly display exceptional teamwork. Stormfly and Toothless share a friendly rivalry in most of the competitions Hiccup and Astrid devise. In addition to her magnesium-fueled fire bursts, Stormfly can launch spines from her tail. Fishleg Zingerman, voiced by Christopher Mintz-Plasse, one of Hiccup's close friends, has a great encyclopedic knowledge of dragons. He is not as courageous as the other dragon riders, but is a loyal friend, especially to Hiccup and Astrid. He has formed a very close relationship with his dragon, Meatlug. Meatlug, a brown, female grunkle who bonded with Fish Legs. Because of her husky size and short wingspan, she lacks the aerobatic maneuverability and speed of the other dragons. She and Fish Legs have a very close, nurturing relationship. She also can eat a particular combination of iron ore and rocks and regurgitate a valuable metal known as Gronkle iron. Snotlout Jorgensen, voiced by Zack Pearlman, one of Hiccup's friends, reckless, quarrelsome, and often seen mocking or annoying the other riders. He has a complicated relationship with his dragon, Hookfang. Hookfang, a red, male monstrous nightmare, ridden by Snotlout. Hookfang has a habit of attacking Snotlout or abandoning him when Snotlout tries to assert dominance, and does not always pay attention to Snotlout. In battle, Hook Fong covers his skin with his flammable saliva and sets it on fire, without harming himself. This ability is almost never used when Snotlout is riding him. Tuffnut Thorsten, voiced by T.J. Miller, and Ruffnut Thorsten, voiced by Julie Marcus, Season 1, and Andree Vermeulen, Seasons 2 to 8, male and female fraternal twins and followers of Hiccup. They constantly quarrel and disobey commands. Barf and Belch, a green, male, two-headed hideous Zimpleback jointly ridden by the twins, normally with Ruffnut riding the dragon's right head, named Barf, which can exhale explosive gas, and Tuffnut riding the dragon's left head, named Belch, which can ignite the gas. The heads are usually agreeable, but can have difficulty flying when their riders disagree, and sometimes quarrel as a result. Stoick the Vast, voiced by Nolan North, the chief of Berk and father to Hiccup, immensely strong, fearless, fierce, and possessed of shrewd judgment and compassion. His first dragon is a Thunderdrum named Thornadoo, who was later released back into the wild. His second dragon is Skullcrusher, a Rumblehorn. Gobber the Belch, voiced by Chris Edgerly, the blacksmith of Berk, Stoick's closest friend, and Hiccup's mentor. Later he is seen riding a hot purple named Grump. Spitelout Jorgensen, voiced by David Tennant, Snotlout's father. Spitelout takes pride in his son's achievements, but seldom forgives his failures. He is a member of the A-Team and rides a deadly natter named King's Tail. Gustav Larsson, voiced by Lucas Graybeal, Gustav is a teenager who aspires to be a dragon rider. He takes Snotlout as his model and hero, especially in the first 2 seasons. He becomes the leader of Berk's A-Team and he rides a monstrous nightmare named Fawnhook, based on Hoopfang's name. Gothi, voiced by Angela Bardes, the village's shaman. As a mute, she communicates by gesturing or drawing lines in hieroglyphic-like pictures, translated by Gobber or fish legs. She rides a Gronkel as part of the A-Team. Mildew, voiced by Stephen Root, Mildew is a cantankerous, spiteful, aged and generally disliked Berk local. He is a cabbage farmer and retains a strong hatred of dragons. Bucket, voiced by Thomas F. Wilson, a mentally impaired Viking, named for the bucket he wears on his head, allegedly to conceal a missing part of his brain. When the bucket grows tighter, the locals regard this as an early storm warning. Mulch, voiced by Tim Conway, Bucket's closest friend, usually seen by his side and frequently picking up the slack for Bucket's stupidity. Johann, voiced by Michael Goldstrom, a seafaring merchant who occasionally visits Berk and trades mostly in curiosities. Prior to Dragons, Race to the Edge Season 5, he was thought to be an ally of the Dragon Riders. However, in the finale of Season 5, it is revealed that he has been undercover and is secretly working with Krogan to find and control a Bewilderbeast. He meets his end in King of Dragons, Part 2, when the Bewilderbeast uses its eyes to freeze him to death. Krogan, voiced by Hakeem K. Kazim, the leader of the Dragon Flyers who works for Drago Bloodfist. His overconfidence often clashes with Vigo's patience. When he fails to retrieve a Bewilderbeast for his master in King of Dragons, Part 2, Drago has him executed. Vigo Grimborn, voiced by Alfred Molina, the leader of the Dragon Hunters and is usually accompanied by his older brother, Riker Grimborn. Vigo is less strong than his brother, but for what he lacks in build he makes up for in intellect, frequently tricking and outsmarting the Dragon Riders. In Triple Cross, he is betrayed by Johann and Krogan and has a change of heart before sacrificing himself to allow Hiccup and Toothless to escape. Riker Grimborn, voiced by J.B. Blanc, the second in command of the Dragon Hunters and the elder brother of Vigo Grimborn. Riker is physically stronger and more stubborn than his younger brother. He is killed in Shell-Shocked, Part 2 when the submariner swallows his ship. Savage, voiced by Paul Ruggs, Alvin's right-hand man and later that of Dager before he goes on his own in Dragons, Race to the Edge Season 4. In Something Rotten on Berserker Island, he attempts to overthrow Dager to become the new chief of the Berserker tribe, only to be defeated and imprisoned by him. Alvin the Treacherous, voiced by Mark Hamill, exiled from Berk for unspecified treachery, later revealed to be catching innocent bystanders in the crossfire of a dragon attack, he plots to displace his old friend, Stoick. He later becomes an ally of Berk at the end of Season 2. Heather, voiced by Mae Whitman, a mysterious teenage girl found by the Viking youths. Although she was at first introduced for actions against Berk, her true motive, to rescue her parents from Elvin the Treacherous, proved her loyalty. She returns in Season 3, bonding with a razor with dragon named Windshear. She is later revealed to be Dater's long-lost sister and pretends to be in love with him in order to get close to him and the newly unveiled dragon hunters. She leaves to parts unknown after her plot is uncovered by Vito. She soon returns, showing romantic feelings for Fishlegs and joins the Dragon Riders. After being with the Dragon Riders for a while, she decides to leave for Berserker Island with her brother, Dater. Dater the Deranged, voiced by David Faustino, a villain-turned-ally and leader of the Berserker tribe. He becomes obsessed with plotting to hunt and capture Toothless. He is later revealed to be the long-lost brother of Heather. After Dragons, Race to the Edge Season 2, he begins to acknowledge the aims of the Dragon Riders and starts to help them, along with his sister, Heather. Later, Dater becomes a Dragon Rider with a grunkle he names Shattermaster, and later on, Sleuther, a triple strike that the Dragon Riders had previously rescued. In Season 6, he falls in love with and eventually marries Moloch. Defenders of the Wing, a tribe of warriors who first appear in the episode Defenders of the Wing, Part 1. They worship dragons as holy beings and are led by Queen Moloch, voiced by Adelaide Kane. They are at war with the dragon hunters and are therefore extremely distrusting of outsiders. Prior to encountering the Dragon Riders, they know nothing of riding or training dragons, as their culture forbids it. They live on a volcanic island home to an enormous dragon called the Eruptodon. They worship and protect the Eruptodon at all cost, as it feeds on the volcano's lava and prevents their village from being destroyed. Mala later falls in love with and marries Dater the Deranged. Wing Maidens, an exclusively female warrior tribe led by their chiefess Adelaide, voiced by Rose McIver, who first appear in the episode Snotlout's Angels. They care for baby razorwhips who become their wings until they are old enough to fend for themselves because the adult males of the species would devour the infants and could drive the species to extinction. On October 12, 2010, it was announced that Cartoon Network had acquired worldwide broadcast rights to a weekly animated series based on the movie. According to Tim Johnson, executive producer for How to Train Your Dragon, the series was planned to be much darker and deeper than DreamWorks Animation's previous television series spin-offs, with a similar tone to the movie, and would follow after the events of the first movie. Dreamworks Dragons is the first DreamWorks Animation series to air on Cartoon Network. DreamWorks Animation's previous television series, including The Penguins of Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, Legends of Awesomeness, and Monsters vs. Aliens, had aired on Nickelodeon. Although it was initially announced that the series would be called Dragons, the Comic-Con schedule announced in June 2012 revealed the new title to be Dragons, Riders of Berk. The second season of the show was titled Dragons, Defenders of Berk. At the end of May 2014, DreamWorks Animation announced that in spring 2015 the series would move to Netflix instead of premiering on Cartoon Network. Dragons, Riders of Berk has received positive reviews. Brian Laurie of Variety reviewed the series. The program is dazzling visually, and pretty effortlessly picks up where the narrative left off, although he noted the initial episodes' lack of actual villains and not particularly stirring array of characters. Mary McNamara of Los Angeles Times said that it retains both the personality and production value of its progenitor. Dragons promise to be lively and entertaining, with great visuals of dragons swooping and soaring. She praised its look. It looks pretty dang spectacular even by today's standards. It's so crisply drawn and fluid that a person of a certain age would be forgiven for wondering how on earth we survived with things like Scooby-Doo and the Perils of Penelope Pitstop. According to Nielsen Media Research, episodes of the first season ranked on average number 1 in their time slot among boys 2 to 14. A 3D Unity-based in-browser game, titled Dragons, Wild Skies, was launched on August 27, 2012, on CartoonNetwork.com. Players will go through a tutorial with Hiccup and train a deadly nanner before being able to free roam around the several islands in the barbaric archipelago, with dragons scattered around them. The player can choose to be a blonde/brunette male or female Viking before setting off to explore the islands. To train a dragon, players must feed the dragons correct food before doing correct gestures to gain the dragon's trust. In the game, players do not die or otherwise fail. Players complete challenges to earn gold for buying tools to obtain food for training dragons. The overworld consists of 6 islands, each with a unique dragon to tame. The number of dragons and worlds to explore is set to expand over time, as the series introduces more and more places and dragons. A DVD collection of the first 4 episodes, titled Dragons, Riders of Berk, was released on November 20, 2012. The first season of the series was released on DVD in 2 parts on July 23, 2013. Dragons, Writers of Berk, Part 1 contained episodes from 1 to 11, and Dragons, Writers of Berk, Part 2, episodes from 12 to 20. In December 2013, Walmart released an exclusive pack containing the complete first season in a special edition toothless plastic package. A DVD collection of the first 10 episodes of the second season, titled Dragons, Defenders of Berk, Part 1, was released on March 25, 2014. The second part, titled Dragons, Defenders of Berk, Part 2, was later released on May 27, 2014. On February 12, 2019, the first 2 seasons of Dragons, Race to the Edge was released on DVD in one set. Seasons 3 and 4 were released on DVD on March 5, 2019, and Seasons 5 and 6 were released on DVD on March 26, 2019, albeit all only in Region 1 format.